Thought you was busy with the foul bloods in Elson's Grove.
And I thought you were busy leading your crew.
Not no more. The contract didn't mention no goblins. I would have prepped the lads, brought better weapons.
What was the contract?
It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you a map of the temple and wish you a happy funeral. But my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own sodger. Goblins made short of the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. Can show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
Before you go, I'd like to say a prayer for your crew.
What sort of prayer?
May their path into the next plane be illuminated by 1,000 gentle lights.
Whatever that means. See you on the road, mate. Come on. We're wasting time.
And of course you just leave them here. I suppose they'll return to nature.
I am enjoying our walks together. Aren't you, gang?
Sure. In silence.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly.
What happened here?
I told you to go.
Calm, friend. I mean you no harm.
There's death in your scent, but not in your words. Still, you should go. My friend is injured. He needs rest.
He is with his god now. I'm sorry.
It's not over yet. He'll wake up. Of course he will. And then we'll return home.
What's your name?
He calls me Scratch. You can do the same.
And what happened to your friend exactly, Scratch?
We were attacked. Cackling, furry things on two legs. And their smell, it was strange, rotten, evil.
You know the creatures he describes. Gnolls.
It's not safe here for you. Come on, you can travel with me if you like.
No, I won't leave him.
Well, if he doesn't wake up, follow my scent. I have a camp.
If it comes to that, I may. Thank you.
Do you have someone waiting for you in Baldur's Gate, Astarion? A sweetheart, perhaps?
Not one in particular. The city is a veritable feast of sweethearts.
You must be eager to get back, then. Slimmer pickings out in this wilderness.
Its nest must be nearby. Over there, a shrine to Selûne, by Moon Maiden's grace. There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can feel its aura. Moon Maiden's grace. It's open.
You should leave it, or even destroy it if possible.
These are offerings to Selûne. I won't destroy them.
But you'll steal them. An interesting way to show your devotion. Do not trifle with that moon witch, or her trinkets. Only trouble will follow.
That's twice you've spoken ill of my goddess. Watch your mouth.
I almost pity her, if you're the quality of follower she attracts.
Why are you acting this way? Why do you care so much?
I should have stayed quiet. You want the truth? Fine. I worship Shar, mistress of the night, Selûne's twin and foe. Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
Heavens forbid. We're all entitled to our secrets.
Shar is an abomination. You deceived me.
Your blindness as much as my deception, Selûnite. We can talk about this later, if you're willing.
No, I can't trust you. Best if we travel separately for now.
If you insist. Don't expect to fare well without me to save you.
Speaks of the Moon Maiden's sacred rites of passage. I still remember my own. That stench. Did Owlbear pray?
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
What's this? Something weak, something tender. Won't even have to chew you before I feed you to my son. Soft meat.
Hold on. You're injured. There's still half a spear lodged in your head.
It's a splinter. I've gutted bigger threats than you with worse.
That may very well be, but you still need rest. Let nature heal you. This is no time to fight.
Fight? You'd be a plaything, not worth the trouble. You can go, but you make one wrong step and I'll rip you to shreds.
Let's go. We have a forest to explore anyways. Cloakwood. Looks like we have more work to do back in the grove.
The rat has hardly left Korga's side. A distant thought claws at your mind, then slips into view. The spectre of shadow druids in animal form, right under your feet.
I know the truth. You are a shadow druid.
The creature's whiskers go still for a moment before resuming their nervous jitter. The rat is otherwise silent in the face of your accusation. Creature's eyes briefly meet yours before looking away.
Why are you here? I sent you to Zevlor.
So, the Rite of Thorns. Risky magic, no? Is it not banned in your circle?
And if it is? Strangers are the scourge. The rite is the remedy. No laws can change that.
Enough. I know the truth. You mean to take the grove for the shadow druids?
What?
That damn nose of yours has gone poking in our business.
Mistress Olladin, I can explain.
Shh. No need. It couldn't be helped.
Korga! What is the meaning of this?
You think yourself quite the spy, don't you? Go on, tell him.
Korga's a shadow druid. She means to convert the circle.
A shadow druid? Korga, have you lost your mind?
You and Elsin welcome untouchables to your midst. You defile the grove for the sake of harmony.
Olladin speaks truth. Who among you disagrees? Who would see this grove in ruin?
The choice is made. Korga, burn the tainted away. Start with the snitch.
As you say, Olladin.
Can't you feel how the prayer disturbs the soil and air? The grove trembles in fear.
It trembles in shame. It knows that in harmony we perish. In shadow, we are pure.
Korga's voice breaks and her lips tremble. She heard reason in your words. Korga eyes you intently as you speak the text etched into the frescoes. By claw and tooth, from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. The towers seized, the battle done, the moonrise broke the darkest one.
When the darkest hour fell, it was us that brought light. Sylvanas demands we illuminate shadow, not hide within it. How was I so blind?
Careful, Korga. The shadows don't forgive.
I belong to the shadows no longer. You've no power over me.
You would question my power. Mother Earth, hear me. Grant me your wrath.
swords meet sorcery.
Wrath thought me a danger. Seems I've proven him right. Sylvanas bid me to protect my people from harm. Yet I was the one to inflict it. There was but one druid who guarded the circle, who protected our ways. We are forever in your debt. You burn like fire. You howl like wind. You are Faith Warden. Take our gift, and be known. May I not be the last monster you vanquish.
You'll have to forgive me if I don't readily accept any title you offer. What is this Faith Warden?
When you speak, the circles will listen. Among druids, your words will shine brighter than sun.
Oh. Well, all right. Mom and Dad will be proud. But... Koga, I mean, you were ready to give up the circle to Cloakwood. It's unthinkable.
I can hardly deny it. I was so cloaked in shadow, little light could pierce through. How grateful I am that yours shone so brightly. We will stop the rite, and I will stand trial. My fate lies with the Tree Father. May he have mercy.
Little light could pass through. God damn it. I'm sorry, I have to go.
I know you had to stop her, but Korgar was just trying to protect us. She went too far, but at least she had a plan.
Korgar lied to us. She betrayed us. She didn't deserve your mercy.
The Rite of Thorns has ceased. It seems you will be allowed to stay, but behave.
Faith Warden, my arse.
Remember our deal now?
Oh, damn it, that reminds me. One more stop. Still here, I see. Told you I'd be back.
My legs! I can stand again! Did you do that? Thank you.
Look, you're not really supposed to be here, but I'll turn a blind eye. Just don't touch anything, all right?
Come on, let's return to camp.
May the darkness protect you.
This is gonna be fun. So, you worship Shar, and I serve Selûne. Dare I ask how you feel about all that?
I had hoped you might be tactful enough to not pick at that particular scab. Seems I was mistaken. My lady and your moon witch are at war, so naturally we're enemies. But enemies with a common purpose, for now. As long as we have use for each other, I can bite my tongue and stay my blade. I don't see what more needs to be said on the matter.
Well, I'd love it if you stopped saying moon witch, but other than that, our goddesses are twins, part of a whole. In a way, we complement each other.
You're good company, I'll admit it. I'm sorry you're hindered by that supposed goddess. But whatever you and I think of each other means little. We stand in opposition. Our goddesses have determined it.
Come on. We have a chance to understand each other. Don't you at least want to try?
I suppose some would consider such diplomacy a virtue. Others might just see it as a lack of will. But I suppose there's no harm in learning about the opposition. No, I doubt there's much to learn. You Selûnites are coddled, decadent, drunk on hope, fattened calves ready for sacrifice.
Hold on now. We are far from coddled. All children of Selûne cherish self-reliance. From a young age, we need to fend for ourselves.
How so? Are you taught to churn your own butter while barely out of swaddling? Nothing Selûne asks of you can compare to the tests that Lady Shar's children endure.
Not so. Our youngest are left to fend for themselves in the deepest wilds. They need to survive and navigate home using the Moon Maiden's guiding light.
What, you think frolicking in the woods by moonlight amounts to a test? That's nothing. That's just a childish thing. I don't want to hear any more of it. We've spoken enough of this. I cannot allow your misguided beliefs to poison my mind.
Well, if it's that easy to poison your mind, maybe. You know what? Never mind. We won't talk about Selûne anymore. I want to talk about your Shar worship.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
I get that, but... Look, I'm asking you to trust me. We are in the same boat, after all.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shar, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. As you worship Selûne, I assume you know of her twin.
I know Shar. She attracts those who have suffered pain, loss. I'm sorry she seduced you.
The night brings comfort. Through loss, we find acceptance. In the arms of the Dark Mother, we find peace.
There has to be something more that draws people to Shar.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shar teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shar, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
How exactly do Shar worshippers turn people to their goddess?
We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shar's truths.
Well, I won't claim to understand fully, but I promise I won't cast judgment on your beliefs.
Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company.
You're not bad yourself. So, is there anything else you can tell me? You know, I want to get to know you more, Shadowheart.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Well, what drew you to Shar worship?
She took me in when no one else would. Without her, I wouldn't be alive. She's my mother. She nurtures me, cares for me, loves me. There's less truth in the Moon Witch's teachings than you've been led to believe, Selûnite.
So close. Alright, enough of that. Tell me something about yourself besides Shar, besides tadpoles.
What, besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
Yeah, that'll do. You'll have to point out night orchids to me if we ever pass them.
It's a deal.
Anything else you'd care to share?
No, I can't. I mean, I literally can't. There's certain things I can't remember right now. Shar's secrets must be preserved above all else. All who worship her know this. I have had certain memories suppressed, voluntarily, so that I can serve Shar without compromising her. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shar's mission, then my memories will be restored.
You've had your memory suppressed? That seems extreme.
Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shar will reward me when I succeed.
No, don't tell me. Why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shar. I can feel her influence somehow.
So you did know more than you were letting on before. I hope you'll be more honest in the future.
I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shar considers it greater protection than any shield or armor.
Why would Shar subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shar has her reasons.
Her reasons? What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shar will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
Is there anything I can do to help with it?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shar. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Well, you're very brave, I'll give you that. And I think I've pestered you enough. So, good night. Oh, Scratch, what? Where are you going?
Scratch! So called because you like to scratch behind the ear?
Shar's blessings upon you.
That will take some getting used to. But, ready to go?
All right. Some company wouldn't hurt on the road, especially if there's trouble.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
You too. And look, I'm really sorry about what happened to your master.
Master? Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Well, since we're such good friends now...
There's something I want to talk to you about. Something important.
Well, now I'm intrigued. Do continue.
I could have died in that pod, back on the Nautiloid. You could have died, spending precious moments trying to free me, but you did it anyway. I owe you my life. I'm trying to say that you've earned my trust in a way very few ever have. I want that to mean something. I want you to know more about me, at least from what I can remember. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shar, I've wished to serve her as a dark justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shar, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a dark justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shar's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Wow, I figured you were pretty devoted based on everything you said yesterday, but I guess I still don't quite understand. Why be so secret about such an ambition?
Dark justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shar would likely balk at a justiciar in their midst. But there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind.
Well, do you think your mother will ever relent and make you a dark justiciar?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate. Hope has little place amongst Lady Shar's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. But for this, I hope my time will yet come.
Thank you for sharing, I mean.
Thank you. I had a feeling you'd be understanding.
That's me. Understanding. Not judgmental. Totally supportive of your dream.
You seem to know a good deal about our condition, Gare.
Everything, really. Not to put too fine a point on it.
A humble specimen, aren't you?
On occasion.